But first tonight, FIFA have announced a partial but not total ban on Russia competing in international football. 4 years after Russia hosted the World Cup, they will no longer be allowed to compete as Russia and will not be able to stage any home games. But there's been an immediate backlash to FIFA's announcement, with Poland leading calls for Russia to be kicked out of the World Cup. And they say they will refuse to play any version of the Russian team. Right, well, our chief reporter, Kaveh Solokol, joins us now. Kaveh, just fill us in on what has happened over the past couple of hours.
Well, look, today we had a meeting of the FIFA Bureau of the FIFA Council. Now, that is the FIFA president, Gianni Infantino, and also the presidents of the 6 worldwide football confederations. So this was a global football decision. And what they've decided as far as Russia is concerned is that Russia cannot play any international matches in Russia. The Russia team cannot call itself Russia. They're going to have to call themselves the Football Union of Russia. Also, when they play, there will be no flag and no anthem. Now, a lot of people, including myself for what it's worth, were expecting Russia to be banned completely from football. I've asked why they haven't been banned from football. The information we're getting this evening is that they still could be banned from football. I think the view at FIFA is that this is a final warning to Russia and to Vladimir Putin. If the war does not stop, then FIFA do intend to ban Russia from playing any international football matches. But for the time being, they appear to be giving them one last chance. Stop the war, or you will be suspended from playing football. But a lot of people this evening, including lots of other football associations, and especially football associations who are due to be playing Russia soon, are totally unhappy and are basically ignoring FIFA and saying, look, you want us to play a team called the Football Union of Russia on neutral territory? No chance. We are not playing Russia anywhere, and we're not playing them no matter what they're called.
Oh, I mentioned Poland, and they're the ones sort of leading the backlash at the moment.
That is it. The focus at the moment is especially on Poland, because Poland are due to play Russia in the World Cup playoff semi-final next month. The game was due to be held in Moscow, and now apparently FIFA want it to be held on neutral territory. The Polish FA are having none of it. They have come out this evening and basically said, even if it means us missing out on a chance of playing in the World Cup finals, you know what? This is such an important point of principle that we will not play Russia. And also, they've written a letter which was sent to FIFA about 19 minutes ago. And in that letter, you can see there on the screen, they make their feelings very, very clear. They say a performance in a match against the Russian national team would be a shameful act, not just for our players, but for the entire football community, contrary to solidarity with the Ukrainian nation. As a football association, we refuse to participate in playoff matches in which the Russian national team appears. They go on to say, at the same time, we call on the FIFA authorities to react immediately to the brutal violence that we observe daily on the territory of independent Ukraine. If FIFA's human rights policy is more than just words on paper, now is the time to put it into practice by excluding the Russian Football Association from the qualifiers for the World Cup in Qatar in 2022. So we've got a situation this evening where FIFA is saying one thing, but the actual associations, the countries who are due to play Russia, are saying something completely different and saying we refuse to play Russia anywhere, and it doesn't matter what they're called.
I suppose a lot of people at home this evening watching Sky Sports News, watching you talk about it right now, and are wondering, what is the FA's stance here? What are England doing about it? Are they going to follow suit?
Well, look, I think the FA are showing a lot of moral leadership, and they've done that a lot since Gareth Southgate became the England manager. Even before this FIFA decision was announced, the FA released a very, very strongly worded statement. No question of the FA sitting on the fence. In the statement, they made it very clear they will not play Russia. England will not be playing any Russian team. The statement said, out of solidarity with Ukraine and to wholeheartedly condemn the atrocities being committed by the Russian leadership, the FA can confirm that we won't play against Russia in any international fixture for the foreseeable future. This includes any potential match at any level of senior, age group or para football. And I think what we should be focusing on as far as England are concerned is the Women's Euros this summer, which are due to be held in England. England, of course, playing in that tournament. Russia are due to be playing in that tournament as well. As things stand, England, if they were drawn to play against Russia, would refuse to play Russia. So the FA coming out very, very strongly. And it has to be said, that was even before FIFA announced their decision to stop Russia playing home games in Russia and for them to have this new name and not to have the anthem or the flag.
Right, just before I let you go, away from international football for a minute, we saw the statement that Roman Abramovich dropped on the Chelsea website last night, surprised a lot of people, but some more developments this evening.
Yes, basically, Roman Abramovich yesterday said in that statement that he wanted to step back from the day-to-day running of Chelsea Football Club. And his proposal was that the Chelsea Foundation trustees would assume control of the long-term decision-making powers at the club. Now, that is the owner's proposal. But the big question is, what do the trustees think? Are the trustees up for this? Are they up for assuming so-called control of Chelsea while Roman Abramovich remains the owner? And the 6 trustees had a meeting today and they have not yet agreed to take over custody and care of the club as Roman Abramovich has proposed. They raised concerns at this meeting. I think their main concern is under UK charity law, are they allowed to do what Roman Abramovich is proposing? Because it's one thing to run Chelsea's charitable foundation and oversee all the great work that they do in the community, but it is totally a different thing to assume control of Chelsea Football Club while Roman Abramovich remains the owner.
Right, well, I'm sure that's not the last we're going to hear about it. Thanks for now, Kaveh.